the shape of the pen is not essential to the pen. I could prove that pretty quickly just by disassembling the pen, right? Okay, and it'll stay that way. But what's essential to the pen, one thing that's essential to the pen, at least according to Newton, objects at rest tend to stay at rest, right? Now, I could override that and I can impose movement upon the pen, right? But it doesn't want to keep going. It wants to revert to being inert, to not moving. Because essentially, it's not moving. It doesn't move on its own. It can be moved, but it itself doesn't move. Again, it's just a metaphor, but that's sort of like an example of what happens when you try to override the essence of something. It doesn't want to stay put. It wants to go back to what it really is.
So what is the essence of a person? What is our essence? Is our essence our personality traits? Is our essence the reactions that we have? Is our essence our inadequacies, our fears? What is our essence? And how can we override that? Or do we always try to revert back to what we are and what are we? So according to Hasidic teachings, our essence is our soul, the soul that God gave us. And that soul is completely pure, completely good. And that soul is always striving to connect to God. So we can override that soul by not doing that. We can override that soul by feeling like we're connected to the circumstances in our lives, the fear, the inadequacy, the guilt, the characteristic traits, the things that we always blame, that we become victims to. Or we can say our essence is our soul. And if our essence is our soul, then we are connected to something infinite, and our abilities are therefore infinite to completely override the circumstances in our lives and to do what our essence is, which is to connect to God and do good. Interesting, powerful, powerful stuff.